In this video, I'm going to be walking you through my most recent quilt project, where I used flowers from my garden and other dye stuff to create a one-of-a-kind improv piece. No patterns, no measuring, and no straight lines. We are quilting on vibes alone today. So be sure to like and subscribe, and let's jump right in. This summer, I planted a few dye plants in my garden, and the growing season is so short in Wisconsin, I wanted to find a way to capture their color and their texture and put it in a quilt that I could enjoy all year long. Bundle dyeing is a super easy and fun way to capture color and texture on your fabric. The fabric I'm using is a raw silk that I pre-mordanted in aluminum sulfate. Make sure that your fabric is a little damp, and then just cover it in your dye stuff. I put some flowers flat so they'd create more of a crisp print, and then I sprinkled petals all over the piece. I also add onion skins to my fabric. I know that they're going to create like a yellow or an orange, and I think those colors will work well with the flowers that I've picked. And then all you have to do is roll up your bundle really, really tight if you want sharper prints, or keep it a little bit looser if you want more of a tie-dye effect. Then wrap your whole bundle in twine and steam it. It really depends on the dye stuff you used and the amount of dye stuff you used for how long you have to steam for. I went about 5 to 15 minutes depending on the size of the bundle. Then you can either wait for the bundle to cool down completely, or if you're like me and have no patience, you can unroll it right away. You can play with folding the fabric, rolling the fabric in different ways, like you would with a tie-dye project. And it's so cool and interesting to see the different effects you get depending on how you roll the fabric, how long you steam the fabric, what dye stuff you use. You're never going to get the same result, and I just love that organic feeling that each piece has. I think it's a cool representation of my garden and all the different plants and flowers that are popping up, and I think it's going to look super awesome in a quilt. I needed some fabric to mix in with my bundle dyed pieces, so I'm starting with just some extra flowers I had, simmering them over a low heat for a few hours to gently pull out that color. Once the flowers had been steeping for about 2 hours, I strained them out and then I added my fabric. The next day, I pulled out the most beautiful yellow fabric. It matches my bundle dyed pieces perfectly. Since I used onion skins in my bundle dye, I thought it would be a good idea to make a dye pot with those as well. Same steps here, I just put the onion skins in a dye pot and let them sit for a few hours on a low simmer. It made the whole house smell like onion soup, which was pretty nice. I then strained out all of those onion pieces and put it back into my pot and added my fabric. The next day, I pulled out kind of an orange, dark yellow piece of fabric. I really wanted it to look different from the flower dye pot I did earlier, so I ended up soaking it in an iron bath, which made it a little bit more brown. Because some of my dye flowers had a little bit of a red hue to them, I decided my last dye pot would be with madder root. I started by mixing up a small pot of the ground madder root to get it incorporated in the water, and then I poured that into my larger pot. Again, I just let that go on a low heat for a few hours, and then that evening I added my fabric. The next day, I was left with a pinkish, reddish piece of fabric. I think if I would have added more madder root, I maybe would have got more of a red color. But I kind of liked the soft pink. I think it matched well with my other dye pieces. So now that we have all of our fabric dyed, it's time to create our final piece. This is the fun part where you get to play with color and composition and mix fabrics together and cut fabrics apart to create a unique piece that's all your own. All I'm doing at this point is taking a piece of fabric and cutting another piece of fabric to the same seam length and sewing them together. That's it. There's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here. I'm just making blocks that feel right. I think this is a great exercise in color and composition and allows you to really be carefree in your quilting. If you feel like you're in a creative rut lately, this is a great way to spark inspiration. Just follow the vibes, make a mess, and clean it up. The organic nature of it is what reminds me of my garden in the first place, and that was the inspiration for this piece in the beginning. I think that's the coolest thing about natural dyeing, being able to take something out in nature and capture its color. Once I complete a block, I make another block, I sew those blocks together, And I just continue to piece pieces together that share similar sizes. And as the blocks get bigger, I start to lay them out on my backing fabric to figure out how much bigger I need these blocks to be. You can also piece in fabric after you see it as a whole. If it feels like it needs color in a certain spot that it doesn't have, you're able to look at it in its entirety and stitch those pieces in. Once I have completed my quilt top, I make my quilt sandwich with the backing and the batting. And then I just run a basting stitch along the entire edge of the quilt to hold all of those pieces together. I really love the look and feel of hand quilting, and I knew it was going to take me forever, but I did it anyway. I decided to hand quilt in all of the squares of fabric that were not bundle dyed. And I just ran my stitches along whichever length of the fabric was wider. There was no rhyme or reason for that either. I just thought it would look cool in the end. And after many hours of hand stitching all of these squares, I had completed my quilt top. All that was left was to bind and finish up the quilt.
Weightless, I am weightless. Underneath your wind I soar.
I absolutely love how the final piece turned out. It's so cool to see the flowers that I grew in my garden in the fabric, and the hand quilting gives it the perfect amount of crinkle. I just love how it feels. If you like this project, be sure to check out some of the others on my channel, and thank you so much for watching.